So today we're going to share with you 3 ways that you can be more effective with your marketing emails at scale. How you can utilize language more effectively in those moments and get more of the results that were actually desired when you hit that send button. To do so, we have to understand the high value, critical conversational points that show up in terms of your success of sending emails. And once you understand these 3 areas, you're going to be more persuasive, more influential, and be able to get more of the outcome that you were hoping for. The first is something we talk a lot about at Exactly What to Say, and it's inbox equity. You have to understand what inbox equity really means. This is who are you to them when you show up inside of somebody's inbox. So the first is inbox equity. This is who you are when you show up inside somebody's inbox. This is who are you to them, what they think and what they feel about you, and how you hold value inside somebody's communication channel. I've talked previously on videos about how if an email is from a best friend or your boss or somebody who you respect at a high level, regardless of the rest of the email, this gets a fast pass through to your attention. Yet what you might be realizing right now is you don't hold the right amount of inbox equity with the relationships you're looking to influence. So I figured I'd share some ways that you could grow your inbox equity. There are 4 things intentionally that we train people to do as to how they can build the equity of the relationship inside somebody else's inbox so that your communications carry more gravitas. The first is simply a useful answer. What is a useful answer that you can provide to somebody that you want to send more emails to? Sometimes this useful answer comes because you deliver it in speed. Sometimes it's because you deliver it with expertise. But sometimes your useful answer is to a question they haven't yet asked themselves. Something that can actually help provide clarity, demonstrate empathy, show them that you know them by giving them an answer to an unspoken question. If you can show up in somebody's inbox and say, a version of, there's a strong possibility in your current circumstances what you might be thinking about is blank, and if you are thinking about blank, here's the answer, then boom, your equity in that relationship goes up. Which is closely linked to the second thing that you could do to grow inbox equity, which is deliver a gift. And sure, you could deliver a Starbucks gift card or a wire transaction. I mean, a wire transaction of a few thousand whatnots would probably capture somebody's attention. A gift of an experience to go eat somewhere, grab something, etc. would likely grab somebody's attention too. But you could also give gifts of information or gifts of useful resources or gifts of articles and insights that you think might be useful to somebody else. But something where they receive it and their immediate response is thank you. That's the subconscious response. If you can put something in somebody's inbox where their thought is thank you, that, my friends, is a gift. So we've got like an answer to a question that they may or may not have asked. You've got a gift. Other things that can help grow inbox equity is just a genuine, sincere compliment. Is taking the time to write to somebody to say thank you in a way that you mean it. To give some form of gift of love like you mean it. Is to show up in somebody's world and say, I see you, I'm grateful for you, I think that you are awesome. Because the compliment is like, that felt good. That felt good. That felt good. When you write to me, it feels good. Therefore, I like reading your emails because it feels good to be able to do so. And if it's not a compliment, it's recognition. Recognition is thank you on steroids. Recognition is thank you times 1,000. Recognition with specificity is something that is like a wonder drug to every human being on the planet. Is if you can take a moment and land something in somebody's inbox that says, you've done something that is of great value to me inside my world, and you can articulate it in a way that they're like, I see the fact that I did worthy work today, then what you are doing is building inbox equity. So that was the first mistake. People are eroding inbox equity everywhere. There's 4 ways that you can start to give more thoughtful thought to how you can grow inbox equity in your relationships. The second big mistake that people make with email is they rely too much on automation. They rely too much on reach. They rely too much on like, if I throw so much at the wall, some of it's gonna stick, therefore it was successful. Now, disregarding the erosion of inbox equity that happens when you land emails in somebody's inbox that wasn't right for them, you also miss the upside of that too. Because if what you're doing is relying upon automation and scale communications, then what you're doing is you're showing you are irrelevant to the masses. The flip of this, and the answer is to micro-segment your database. See, many businesses, they have a one-to-many approach and a one-to-one approach, but they don't have a 1-to-11 approach, or a 1-to-14 approach, or a 1-to-27 approach. My guess is within your database, you could find similar characteristics of microgroups full of people and start to categorize circumstances into 9s, 11s, 27s, 35s. And the result of which is that your communication on email would be far more effective because you can hit the show me that you know me button. You can actually land a communication into their world, but they feel like it's for them because it was for them because you knew their known circumstances. And in this avoidance of automation point of view, you can still reach scale by sending one email from your email client 15 times as opposed to putting it through MailChimp or Constant Contact or any of these mass email clients. You can still reach scale with a good old-fashioned copy and paste and adjustment. The result you're looking for is other people to feel like this email was for them. Still to this day, I will actively send a quantity of emails via my phone where it says sent from my iPhone at the bottom, on scale to 20, 30, 40, 50 individual people, because the effectiveness of that micro email campaign is significantly greater than me putting it through a bulk email client towards 50 people. Less is more. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And the more that what we can do is to point ourselves at less people more on purpose, we're going to up the level of efficiency. So I said there were 3 mistakes, 3 things to avoid. We talked about the importance of growing inbox equity. We talked about the challenges that come from being able to focus too much on automation and how to replace that with micro scale. The third and final area of focus to be more effective in your email comms is to seriously think about the moments. What do I mean by moments? Not every day that you send an email is it going to have the same effect. You could send the exact same communication on a completely different day and it will have a difference in response rate. When is the right moment to send the email? And putting thoughtful thought about choosing the moments ahead of time allows you to communicate with a level of heart and intention that is different to most. Don't fall foul of I'm going to send them an email on their birthday and I'm going to send them an email on the anniversary of a closing or the last time they did business with us, or please, definitely don't do this. Don't tell me the day that I need to change my clocks because daylight savings times has just happened. That's not your relationship with me. Yet there are probably 100 moments a year that you could have intention around, that you could show up in somebody's inbox where that moment allows you to be able to appreciate your relationship at a greater level. What are the moments? What are the moments? What are the moments? What are the moments? And the more thoughtful thought you put into being able to show up in the moment that matters, you'll start to see an increasing efficiency and effectiveness in all of your email comms. So 3 areas of focus, 3 ways that what you can do is to be able to add more intention before you hit send. The first is how do you grow inbox equity? I gave you some tools to be able to do that. The second is the consideration of avoiding automation but still reaching scale with micro scale. And third and finally is how do you focus on the moments that matter inside those relationships so that when you're showing up at the right time, and therefore the result of which is each of those communications will be elevated. What would I invite you to do from here? Think about your next communications over the next 90 days. Think about the outcomes that you're looking to try and achieve. Slow down. Segment the lists. Get crystal clear on who the small groups are. Build the micro-targeting. Build some inbox equity before you make the ask. And then consider where is the timing of that ask so it is going to be best represented by the person you're looking to influence. It's that easy and it's that hard.